Hello everyone, and welcome to my YNR Update 24 channel. I hope you're having a great day. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up before we dive into today's Young and the Restless update. As it happens, she is expressing gratitude for Chancellor. She will always be grateful for the distinction of being Catherine's descendant. Although Jill acknowledges that it caused her to lose her relationship with her son, it is comforting to know Catherine would be happy about it. Turning around, Nikki informs Jill that Kane threatens the entire community. She had better tell her what she intends to do to stop him right now. Jill asserts that she has no say in Kane's business choices. Nikki insists on knowing his intentions. Jill feels assaulted and questioned. Nikki bemoans the fact that she knew Kane was Dumas but chose not to inform them. Kane became a monster because of your complicity. As Nikki cautions that he is after Catherine's valuable Chancellor Industries, the confrontation becomes heated. The text says, "Get the Young and Restless newsletter from Soaps. Subscribe to receive daily recaps, spoilers, exclusive interviews, and breaking news alerts delivered directly to your inbox. https://cloud. Email. soaps.com/signup." Jill assures her that Kane is a good man and that Catherine placed him in charge of Chancellor before he departed. "No longer," says Nikki. Jill has faith that he will choose wisely. Conversation shifts to Jill seeing Billy and visiting Kane. She worries that this time she went too far and gave her son the impression that Catherine had made her feel undeserving. Jill is informed by Nikki that Kay cherished her. Choking, Jill says, "But I wasn't you." Returning to Kane's threat, Nikki informs Jill that she doesn't trust her because she saw him first. Jill YNR Nikki. Jill maintains that Kane is not ruthless but rather deeply conflicted. Since Lily and his children have rejected him, Nikki claims he is vicious and is out for blood. He must be stopped. Their only remaining hope might be Jill. "There's no pressure there," Jill snarks. The run-ins with Phyllis. When Victor interacts with Phyllis at Society, she feels uncomfortable. He quickly accuses her of being affixed to Kane Ashby's hip, though. She had to conspire with the lowest of the low, but why? When Phyllis realizes this is offensive, she clarifies that Kane hired her because of her experience. Victor cautions against unquestioning loyalty. Phyllis believes he is shaken. Naturally, Victor disputes this, but the redhead doesn't believe him and is attempting to get information from her. Victor describes her as desperate and questions whether she has considered the possibility that Kane could seriously harm Nick in summer. Phyllis Victor YNR. Victor is the one in peril, according to Phyllis. She cautions that he is nearing the end of his dominance. Victor jokes that she and Kane are a good match because they both have a strong desire for dignity and ambition. They deserve one another, as well as their downfall. "She brings a hell of a lot to the table," Phyllis whispers. "Nobody is preventing her from snatching the brass ring." "We'll see about that," says Victor before heading off. Victor meets Nick outside and tells him that he is unable to travel to Los Angeles at this time. Additionally, he cautions him about having breakfast there. When Nick enters, Phyllis asks him if he and his father are playing good cop, bad cop. After learning of her encounter with the mustache, Nick warns her they will deal with Kane. Phyllis believes Ashby is taking care of them. It's fantastic that he has Victor rattled. Phyllis Nick YNR. Nick contends that Kane is evil and that many people will suffer harm. When someone does to him what he has done to so many others, Phyllis doesn't care that his father is angry. According to Nick, it's the family, not just him. "That's me." They argue over Phyllis feeling condemned, as if Nick were shackling her. Nick uses therapeutic jargon as he tells his ex that she is enough. She doesn't have to prove anything with this. This brings up the subject of her father. Phyllis was not fortunate enough to receive everything. Instead, she received humiliation and remorse. Nick tells Phyllis that she can do it now and that turning in her father was the right thing to do. Is she interested in working for someone who is similar to her father? According to Phyllis, Nick is wearing a choke chain. Nick says she might end herself in jail because this is her life. "Are we done?" she yells as he continues, telling him to get the hell out of her way. What is Tessa going to tell Sharon? Esther tells Sharon at Crimson Lights how thrilled she is to see Noah with Nick. Daniel and Tessa enter looking glum as Esther makes her way to the rear. Sharon inquires as to whether they have learned anything concerning Mariah's fate. As Tessa says, "We did." Tessa warns Sharon, You're not going to like what we have to tell you, after she has been babbling for a while. Sharon, Tessa, Daniel, Weiner. Tessa and Daniel moved to the patio and informed Sharon that Mariah was recalled by the hotel bartender. In the hotel bar, Mariah struck up a conversation with a man right away. Sharon finds out. Together, they left the pub to go upstairs as they were becoming intimate. Sharon apologizes profusely to Tessa. It's much worse than their sharing a bed, Tessa cautions. Sharon is unable to comprehend. Tessa and Daniel clarify that they obtained the man's name and description. Will Hensley. Sharon wrinkles her nose as she looks at his picture. He's older than she thought he was. Hensley checked out a few hours later, according to Daniel. He appeared frightened, shaky, and nearly forgot his credit card. Mariah tried to kill someone, Tessa explains, and it was the last thing she told her before she left. She believes that the man she nearly killed is Hensley. The Tessa Sharon Weiner. Sharon is unable to comprehend this. According to Tessa, Mariah clarified that her memories of Ian Ward were the reason she became intoxicated. Hensley like him. Perhaps he brought up the memories. Sharon is nearly terrified to hear Daniel's theory when he shares it. Daniel summarizes that Mariah attempted to assassinate Hensley, but was unsuccessful. He most likely knows Mariah's name and that she's from Genoa City because of how friendly they were earlier in the evening. Could she possibly be in danger? Who will win? Jill at the ranch speculates that Nikki might be exaggerating her response to Kane's threat. Victor enters and expresses gratitude to Jill for attending. Nikki cautions that their visitor is prepared to assume the worst about Kane. Victor believes he can make her reconsider that. Don't count on it, Jill says. Victor smiles.